Staying in the United States, Nathan Daschle is a Democrat lobbyist and president of the Daschle Group. You would have just heard some of that, Nathan. We've heard Donald Trump this morning, about an hour ago, say that they'll come down substantially. We won't tell you what they'll be, but they'll be significantly down. He's also pulled back on his threats to fire, not that he can, Jerome Powell. So for those of us that need catching up, where is all of this up to?
So, well, on the tariffs, I was just at dinner tonight with a hedge fund manager. And what he told me was that the tariffs themselves are a concern, and that's a cause for worry for someone in the market like he is. But it's the uncertainty that drives him up the wall. That's what makes his job really hard. It's the red light, green light. We have tariffs one day and then we don't the next. And then there's going to be an exemption. It's all this chaos that the markets don't like. And I think we're seeing that reflected in the stock market. And as far as Jerome Powell goes, it is crystal clear that the president cannot fire Jerome Powell. He should not be influencing Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is there. The whole idea of the Fed is to be politically independent and not be subject to political pressures. And so a president threatening to fire you first would be theoretically illegal if it carried out. But second, it's just an inappropriate form of pressure on somebody who's supposed to be politically independent.
Yeah, maybe someone reminded him that he couldn't be fired by Trump. But anyway, let's move on, because someone that can be is Pete Hegseth, although he is being backed by Donald Trump at the moment. But this is kind of the second scandal since he's been appointed when it comes to classified material.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, really, Hegseth has had 3 scandals, but 2 of them came out in the same news cycle. So they kind of be seen as one. But it was the second Signal chat, but also the op-ed written by a former Department of Defense spokesperson that was extremely critical of Secretary Hegseth. But yes, I think for all intents and purposes, he's had 2 missteps right now. I think that the limit is 3. I think that Donald Trump is standing by him for the time being, in part because Trump does not want to be bullied by political pressure into firing someone. Also in part because Hegseth was a controversial pick to begin with. And so giving it his critics would only justify the initial resistance. But I do think that there is a limit. And I would say if you were a betting person, I would set the over-under as September 1st, which is Labor Day. And that's, I think, the betting mark for how long Hegseth lasts. And I would take the under.
Yeah, right. You're loyal to a point. Donald Trump's loyal to a point until you become a liability, I think. So we'll keep a close eye there. Nathan, always good to talk to you. We'll check in soon.
Likewise.